Call them what you will, the alt-right, white nationalists, Nazis, neo-Nazis, white supremacists. It doesn't matter what name you give them, they stand under the same flags and they chant the same slogans. A white ethno state is their ultimate goal. One has to wonder just how many generations it would take if they achieved that goal for the gene pool to become so shallow it would look more like a gene puddle. However, regardless of just how evil and stupid these people may be perceived, the far left and Antifa, BLM, and scores of mainstream media are doing the polar opposite of their stated aims of getting the Nazis off our streets. In fact, these groups are rapidly becoming the best recruitment tools the alt-right possess. The alt-right cannot possibly afford the cost of primetime TV commercials, even if the media outlets would broadcast them. Same with ads in newspapers and magazines. The alt-right have been, up to now, regulated to being featured on the evening news programs, and even then they're only there to be the monster that all the other guests take turns spurning. Please do not misunderstand me. I find the alt-right in all its various incarnations, from the KKK to the neo-Nazis, to be ignorant people with nothing but hatred in their hearts. But notice that I said neo-Nazis, not Nazis. I say that because the Nazi Party stopped taking applications in April of 1945. That's not to say the ideology has stopped, but to call these modern idiots Nazis is a complete misnomer. What happened in Charlottesville, Virginia was a tragedy, but one that was easily forecast. The constant sparring of the alt-right and Antifa was eventually going to end in death, a state of emergency, and at some point total martial law for an extended period of time. I understand why Antifa wants the alt-right banned, but I disagree totally. In the exact same way that I would disagree with Antifa being banned. Freedom of speech is not a case-by-case scenario. All Americans have the right to assemble peaceably and say whatever they wish so long as they are not actively inciting violence. That means that no matter how reprehensible what they are saying, as long as they aren't advocating violence, they have the right to say it, publicly and on any platform they wish. That is because the First Amendment of the Constitution is in that position because our founding fathers realized that if the people were not given a voice to say whatever they wished, then the entirety of this experiment called the American democracy was already a failure. We have to, as a nation, be prepared to hear the things we utterly despise spoken by people we cannot stand, and further protect their right to say it, for the simple fact that when it becomes our turn to speak, we will expect those same protections. Antifa, stop attempting free speech does nothing but place a lot of martyrdom on the very people you wish to silence. Which brings me to my next point. I am a white man, ergo, according to many of the Antifa and BLM advocates I've heard speak, I'm already a racist, misogynist, sexist, card-carrying member of the white privilege club. Before I open my mouth, anything I say is already suspect. I know me. I know what's in my heart and soul. I know I'm not a bigot. I know I'm not a racist. I know I'm not a sexist, nor am I misogynistic. I'm an egalitarian centrist. I believe that each human being on this planet deserves an equal chance at life. However, according to Antifa, I'm none of these things simply because I was born both white and male, neither of which I had any control over. Is that itself not racist and sexist? I can handle it because I'm comfortable enough with my belief in myself that I don't need anyone else's seal of approval. However, to get back to my earlier point, cannot Antifa, BLM, or the mainstream media see how, by their actions, they're helping recruit members into the alt-right? If you tell someone long enough they're a demon, the more likely they are to follow the devil. Again, I have no fear of this, as I am equally likely to tell Antifa and company to kiss my ass as I am to tell the alt-right to do so. However, for millions of Americans, being told daily how terrible they are because they were born white is certainly a good way to send them running into the arms of a group that tells them the exact opposite. How wonderful they are, and how the evil people that are calling them names are just jealous. As a student of history, I could see this cycle mirrored from just a few generations ago. The Germans, defeated and trampled by the Treaty of Versailles, in the grips of a depression, spat on by all the other countries in Europe, sat until along comes a charismatic man that tells them, "You are Germans, the best and strongest race on earth. You are better than this. Follow me and I will rise you up from the gutter to your true place in history, the rulers of the world." that lasted 12 years and cost the world over 60 million dead in the largest war in human history. I can see that very seed growing again all over the world. Told everywhere that being white makes one automatically to blame for everything is the fastest way I can possibly imagine for white people to band together against what they perceive to be as an attack on them. Why is it that Antifa and company cannot see this? If left alone to spout their nonsense in a public forum, the alt-right, already a tiny percentage of the populace, would wither on the vine as people listen to their ignorant and repugnant ideas and then laugh them right out of existence. But by attacking their rallies, by trying to stifle their free speech, Antifa and company are actually helping the alt-right. I have no doubt that every time there's news footage of a battle in the streets between the alt-right and Antifa and company, the leaders of the alt-right are absolutely delighted. Because every time Antifa protests one of these events and violence ensues, it makes more people think, wait, why are they saying that white people are so evil? I'm white and I know I'm not evil. What are these alt-right folks saying? And thus Antifa gives the alt-right the one thing it wants more than anything else in this world: legitimacy. Stop reacting with your emotions and start reacting with your minds, Antifa. Stop protesting alt-right rallies. Stop attacking free speech events. Let the morons get up on their soapboxes and make complete fools of themselves. If you'll only let them, the alt-right will do your job for you. Give them enough rope and they will most assuredly hang themselves. However, continue to protest their events and you'll find their numbers growing. And eventually, you will have a self-fulfilling prophecy. A large white nationalist movement far, far more numerous and dangerous than you face now. The idiots you face now will look like Boy Scout troop compared to what you will face if you keep placing every white person on earth in the alt-right camp, whether they want to be there or not. Use your heads, not your hearts. Believe it or not, 99% of us white folk agree with you. Perhaps not about everything you say, but certainly the fact that a white ethno state is about as smart as mosquito netting on the windows of a submarine.